Hello, this is Malcolm Rose, and today I'm going to be playing some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup with the tournament, the .23 tournament, which is just now starting out. Now, I'm not taking things all that seriously this time. I won the... well, I didn't get first place personally, but my group, my clan, got first place last time, and it's just a really big time investment. And to be honest, I'm just not really feeling it this time. But with that said, I'll probably play a few games and score decently. I mean, probably not top 10 personally, but you know, it's actually pretty easy to get top 10 in the clan, so I may do that just by accident if I take this seriously enough and manage to fill out the roster. But anyway, as you know, there are a ton of ways to get points in the tournament, and one of them is the Nemilex Choice, which is random combos that were not particularly popular last time. So usually they're bad combos, and you get 75 points, which is affected by, you know, scaling. So if you do a bunch of Nemilex Choices, you don't get 75 for each one, so you can't just spam it and get tons and tons of points that way. However, the first 8 people that win the Nemilex Choice combos get the 75 points, or you know, less if it's scaled. And the current one, the most recent one, is Deep Elf Monk, which is a funny little combo, which is probably kind of terrible, because you're forced to start out doing melee stuff, but we're going to do that anyway. We're going to start out with a longsword, I suppose. I probably should have gone daggers, but this way we get riposte. For some reason I was under the impression that Deep Elves have 0 aptitude in long blades, not 1. Well, -1. It's been a little while since I've played this game, so it's the kind of thing I tend to forget. Doesn't really matter if I die early since I'm not streaking or anything right now. Just kind of playing around in this tournament. We'll switch to being a caster as soon as we can, probably. Or I could try to go throwing. 0 apt is okay. Of course, we don't really start with anything there. What do I want to train to start with on this dude? I guess we'll go just train some long blades up. We're already having a bad time because we started out with this little jackal friend and nowhere to go, so we pretty much have to fight him. We do have a hallway we can use at least. Now let's wait for this rat and fight him. Good. Oh man, goblin as well. I think this guy is alone. Oh god, this is really bad. Alright, he wasn't alone. Let's see if we can... I'm not going into this hallway because I don't want the goblin to show up too, so we're just gonna have to fight 2 of them at once. Okay, the goblin has shown up, and he's got a hobgoblin friend. This is really a terrible start. We're gonna have to fight our way through these jackals, and it's not really working out. We're dead. There wasn't a lot that could be done there. This would be a very bad start to get if you were on a streak. I don't really think I could have played that any better, probably. Let's see. With these guys, I mean, you're forced to fight them because they're faster than you. Let's try it again. Again, this is not a great combo. Come to think of it, I did have a potion that I picked up. I could have used that. That was a practice run. That was a warm-up. We're gonna go short sword this time because now I am aware that the aptitude's so bad, and we'll train short blades a little bit. This is an interesting starter vault. See if we can melee this guy down. Good. We'll go ahead and wear this ring mail. That's a really good find. If I want to, I can pull things back here, and this could be good. This could be good positioning to use, because I can force things to fight me while they're on the shallow water and I'm on dry land. So that's a plus. Let's pick up these stones. pick up this magic mace, but not use it. Nice stab. Another jackal, unfortunately. We're going to pull him back. He doesn't seem to have any friends. He goes down pretty easily. Let's not fight these two guys. I'm being told by the Twitch chat that stones are seifu. I hope so. Alright, unfortunately this dart slug has seen me. I'm gonna try to wander away and hope he forgets about me, because I don't really want to fight a dart slug right now. I will if I have to. We have enough hit points to survive one max damage. Ah, crap. This is the worst thing that could have happened. Oh, man. This is okay. We can't be... He cannot shoot me with this dude in front. There we go. Good. This is better than it looks. Alright. I should be able to heal as long as he doesn't have the bright idea to go this way. I'm actually going to wait and wait. I want him to keep me in line of sight so he doesn't forget about me and try to wander in a direction that's subpar for me. Name of the game is regenerating now. I'm really concerned. I think that if I do that, he's probably gonna be waiting for me. Like, he's probably not gonna go this way. Or I'll reach that by the time he's already in sight, and then we're gonna have a really bad problem. We have no scrolls or potions. All we really have are these stones, which we haven't really had a chance to use. I could wear the mace and roll the dice on it being good, but I don't know. Let's try to do this. Ah, crap! I knew it. All right, what to do? I think we have to risk goblin attacks. Thankfully, he's missing. Okay. This is better. Remember, this is a very bad start. These two jackals are still here, so we cannot head in that direction. Yeah, this is terrible. This is like the worst layout I could have asked for in terms of kiting these dudes. I'm gonna have to risk a couple more attacks. In fact, despite the fact that he can one-shot me, 5 damage on the club, 4 damage on the goblin, so 9 total, I'm gonna have to swing a couple times. Alright, that's good. Now we can kite for realsies. I'm gonna rest. He sees me, that's fine. I'm gonna rest, he sees me, that's fine. If I remember correctly, dart slugs are kind of slow. I forgot to put meme on this server, so I can't really use the info bot to find out right now. Suppose I could open up Discord real fast and use the bot, but don't really feel like it. Ah, crap, that's not so good. I'm being told by Twitch chat that I should dab on dim dart slugs, which sounds good to me. And I'm trying to set this up to where he's not getting the chance to shoot me, but I'm not doing a very good job of it. Alright, we're at full hit points. Well, we're about to be. Oh, we lost him. Good. Just throw some stones. I don't really want to fight a dart slug right now. There's the other one. Being told to pick up items. Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to get the scrolls. All you need now to have an even more perfect D1 is some meme traps. Yeah, getting shafted would be real fun on this character. I wanna grab these scrolls. It'll give me some not so great panic buttons, but panic buttons nonetheless. I think we're gonna have to just roll the dice probably on fighting one of these dudes. I'm gonna do it. Alright. That makes me feel a lot better. We're level 2 now. Need some plugins to insert chat into your video. Yeah, that's on the list of things I'm going to do. Here's the issue, is that I am using Linux, and all those cool little features, I found out that there's this thing called OBS Studio, Open Broadcast Studio, and I'm using one version of it, but then there's like a pro version that, as far as I can understand, only works on Windows, really. So I need to either set up a new Windows machine, which I don't have right now, or I suppose I could probably make it work with basic OBS, but it's just something that takes a little time. If I had if I was able to pop out the Twitch stream, I could add it pretty easily. Like pop it out into its own little window. There's probably an easy way to do that I'm just disregarding. This D1 sucks, by the way. Really, really miserable. Hey, here's a meme trap for you, Dispersal. Cog menu item allows you to pop out the chat on its own. Okay, let me look at that real quick. Pop out. Okay then, I see that. If you give me 1 second, I can probably add that to OBS right now. Let's see, add window capture. Call this chat. See if I can find it in this giant list of windows. Oh, it doesn't like that. It's trying to stream Twitch itself right now. Jeez. Oh, there we go. Was the screen flashing and doing crazy stuff? I assume it was. Gonna have to look over what was going on there later in the video. Alright, let's move this over here. The problem with this is I need this map to be visible. Suppose I could make it real tiny. Like baby-sized over here. Is that readable? Not really. Suppose the map isn't that important. Bear with me here. All right, this is... Forget the map. In 720p, it's readable in full screen. Mapless. It's a new challenge. It's the mapless challenge. All right, this'll do. And if it gets in the way of the map, if people don't like that, I can always change it later. Okay, let's get back to it. Time for more of this truly harrowing D1, which a null comes into view At least it doesn't have a Bardich, but wow, what a D1. Like a billion dart slugs and a Knoll. So Knolls do 9 damage, and if they have a weapon, of course, the weapon does its damage as well. Flail does base damage of 10, meaning that our friend here can one-shot me with 19 damage. Not what I would call a particularly good time. And what's worse is, we have 2 scrolls, no potions, and the only real Hail Mary that seems kind of nice is the fact that we have this ruined mace, which may or may not be like a -1 cursed mace. So what do we do? Nothing on the floor I can take, really. Use mace. Yes, that's, I could do that. I could use the mace. But it could be garbage. There's basically only a few options here. The first is that I can try to use random energy, walk away from him for a very long time, and kind of cross my fingers and hope he forgets about me whenever he loses sight of me. That's an option. I could also go down to D2, which is another kind of dice roll, and if it sucks, then I'm basically screwed because then I have to go right back up into getting punched in the face. I could try to fight him, which is not likely to kill me. He would have to roll the absolute maximum in order to kill me. And I do have some AC, so I think I might have just enough GDR to block 2 damage, guaranteed. So he might not even be able to kill me. Although with 5 AC I wouldn't really count on it, and I do not feel like doing the math necessary to find that out. I definitely block at least 1 damage, so he has to do 18 or 19, I guess, so he doesn't have to roll maximum, he has to roll close to maximum, and my AC has to roll poorly. Let's, I'm inclined to actually try to duke it out with him. Okay, he hit me, so you're going to watch me kite for a very long time. We could also use the dispersal trap to try to get more distance on him if we felt like it. That would kind of protect me a little more from random energy, I suppose, but I'm not real inclined. Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna say I'm not super inclined to do that because of this cockroach. However, if I wanted to, I could use the cockroach to do this, and now I've got him between me and the Knoll. I mean, that's like some galaxy brain strategy, which doesn't really do anything for me. Alright, let's swing on the cockroach. He's dead. No, you cannot throw weapons anymore to any effect. Really the only thing you can throw is stuff that's meant to be thrown. You can throw anything, but it doesn't actually hurt the enemy. No, it used to be, you used to be able to do that in Dungeon Crawl back in the day. Erin here is an older player, apparently knows blokes, so that's how old of a player you know she is. And yeah, back then it was wild. There were like different versions of armor, like ringmail that was elven, and orcish, and I think there might have even been dwarven armor. And the species that qualified as elven or dwarven or orcish would get like a benefit from wearing that stuff. Alright, let me try again. He hits me, he does big damage. Oh my god, he got the... Oh my god. That was random energy, that's what I was talking about that could happen. He swings, and then you walk away, and he gets an extra attack. He walks in, he moves, and he attacks, and that can happen. I've always complained about random energy and thought that it was a not good mechanic. Oh my god. Alright, I didn't expect this combo to be a fun time. Deep Elf Monk is... I would say that Deep Elf Monk is easily in the top 5 worst starts possible in Dungeon Crawl. I think, and I'm not joking, I think I would rather play a Felid Chaos Knight than a Deep Elf Monk in terms of streakability. Of course, we got a really, really terrible D1 just now. Right, this is interesting. Shield. Stones. Throw the stone at the cockroach. Shield is a really big boon. Not going downstairs when I saw the knoll. That's possible. See, the issue there is, you know, if I had a bad D2, the likelihood of something worse than a knoll... No, I disagree, because let's say I go down and there's an adder next to me, and adders become relatively common on D2. That would be even worse than the knoll because I can't kite the adder. And my experience going downstairs that early in the game is it's a dice roll you... Whoops, I have screwed this up. It's a dice roll you usually don't want to take. Full health matters less when you're a deep elf with almost no hit points is the thing. I mean, I will say this. If I was streaking, I think I would have handled that situation differently. I would have chosen the option that did not offer the opportunity for the knoll to kill me. I wouldn't have given him the chance. So I probably would have gone. I would have either gone downstairs or I would have kited him and tried to get the dispersal trap or whatever and made him forget about me by turning a corner repeatedly. But I didn't feel like doing that in a situation where winning and losing doesn't really matter, because I'm not streaking. It's just so tedious. It's unbelievably tedious, but it was probably the correct choice. Alright, this guy can do 10 damage to me because of his club. Let's get back to full hit points. This isn't so bad. This is in fact a much kinder and gentler D1. If you go downstairs and there's an adder, you go upstairs and use dispersal trap to get distance and use the other stairs. Well, what if the adder's right next to you, though? Then he follows you up the stairs, and then you just die because poison is outrageous in the early game. I mean, I agree with you, it's not the most likely thing for there to be an adder right next to the staircase, but it's a risk I prefer not to take. If it can happen... This is the thing about streaking. If it can happen, then it will happen, is how you have to view it. By the way, sorry about the Nightbot thing that's talking about Twitch Plays DCSS. I was hosting Twitch Plays DCSS on this channel, and I forgot to turn that message off. So I'm gonna try this combo too. Aaron, why are you chatting in my game chat and my Twitch chat at the same time? Kind of redundant. Alright, hell yeah, we got some more AC. We got some ring mail as well, which is even more AC. We got 6 AC now, which seems tiny, but it's very exciting when you're a fragile little deep elf. Alright, this is really bad, but we have 4 scrolls and a potion. Okay. Yeah, another thing I could have done, by the way, with the knoll is I could have used those scrolls, I suppose. Alright, we made it to level 3. I think we're going to go strength for the time being. because that'll make my SH go up higher. Normally I would get nothing but intelligence on a deep elf, but in this situation well, really need to survive. Survive to the point where I can actually find some books. Okay, a glowing hand axe. Could be nice. If it's electricity, then we're really having a good time. However, we have no 2 stacks of scrolls. We do have a 2 stack of potions. Let's use that. And of course, it's degeneration. Not a great thing to get this early. We may have a neat little vault that could have some early altars in it. Yeah, this shield was huge, by the way. Best possible thing we could find, really. Alright, here's my nemesis. The dreaded D2 adder. Let's not play with him today. And the dreaded D2 gnoll with a reach weapon, and I've screwed up and moved down and to the right, which was still within his line of sight, and he saw me. No wands. Let's take a different staircase. And we have a 2 stack now, so let's use that. Let's remove curse, see what the axe is. Hand axe of chopping. 1.5 attack speed. I'm gonna go with we're not using that as much as I would like to. It's just too slow. Oh my god. Let's not fight that yet. That adder either. I almost want to go to D3 and just see what it looks like down here. You know what? I shouldn't do that. I keep forgetting that we're playing Neocrawl with Ebering's just real dumb new trap system where every time you reveal squares or tiles, you risk getting shafted. So you take a much bigger risk when you go downstairs and reveal a ton of tiles at once, meaning that you can get shafted just immediately into a deeper floor. As you can imagine, would be very bad on this character. So maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Oh, good God. You've got to be kidding me. It's a pack of adders. Wow, okay. Or, not adders, I meant to say gnolls. You've been gnolled. It's, you know, I'd rather be gnomed. 9 damage plus spear. I can't even risk... I mean, like, he can't one-shot me. Because, base damage 6 plus null damage of 9 is only 15. But I can't risk going in and fighting him because he's got the reach. So we gotta head on over this way, and oh my god. How many gnolls were in this pack exactly? I'm irritated. Let's eat a ration. Alright. Can we fight an adder? I mean, I don't really want to, but it's almost seeming like I'm gonna have to. I could just wait around on this floor for a couple turns at least. Alright. Let's try this direction. That's a little bit of experience, okay. This is one of the most tedious combos I could think of, really, for surviving. And I say that as someone who's won a Felid Mummy in the Bloat Crawl fork. Hello, Rhythm Kitty. You're now featured in the chat. You're going to be on YouTube at some point. Talking about my sweet mechanical keyboard. Random uselessness. Alright. I'm having an exciting Deep Elf Monk early game here. Please don't. please don't say that. Alright, I thought it was going to be worse, actually. Not a big fan of the devs either, but honestly, I live in a perpetual expectation that YouTube is just going to kill my account for bad think, you know, as they call it in 1984. Because YouTube is run by fascists who will nuke your account for no reason at all, really. Just get reported enough times by people who are willing to complain about anything, you know. Anyway, we just found a very good find, the hunting sling. Almost makes me want to go slings despite the -2 apt or throwing. Ouch. Oh no. InfoWars. See, now you're making it worse because you've mentioned InfoWars, and so that's gonna put me on a YouTube watch list, and they're gonna ban my account for even daring to mention the Jones Man. I can always just go to BitChute. You know, I do have a BitChute account, but I use it for like the grosscrypto.com stuff. I haven't bothered to put my dungeon crawl things on there. The thing is, the dungeon crawl videos, there's so many of them, and they're so big that I have not bothered to keep them backed up on my box. So if this YouTube channel goes down, that's crawl history's going away. Sorry, you know. I don't know if there's a way to mass download your old videos, but otherwise, just kind of screwed. All right, what are we gonna do about this? We're in a bad situation. I really wish he hadn't noticed me. I'm gonna read some scrolls here. Enchant the sword, I guess. Identify resistance. Alright, we'll drink that. No more poison for me, and we'll just swing on him. It's not the best potion I could have asked for, but it's okay. Alright. We probably survived only because that was a resistance potion. Again, please ignore the Nightbot commands about Twitch Plays DCSS. I just forgot to shut those off. Holy crap. What is going on here? This is a null apocalypse. Alright. That's pretty much what happened there. I need to get out of this one-way hallway. There could easily be a guy that just pops out on the other end and blocks me. This is the Null Crawl tournament. It feels like it. You should have seen the last game, Rhythm Kitty. I was having an equally exciting D1 and D2. Oh, good God. Please don't notice me. I'm so close to just... I think I'm really going to just try my luck with D3. This is so dumb. Also, I need to have the hunting sling out. Hound. Am I more inclined to fight a hound than any of that other stuff? Not really, because he's fast. 6 damage is not bad, but he can survive quite a few hits from me. Okay, this is good. I'll fight this dude. I'll fight an ooze as well. Pretty sweet. I don't want that hound to notice me and then I can't make it back to the staircase without him sort of being right there. Kobold shouts, why don't we stand here? The relative safety of the hatch. Hell yeah. Give me that free stab. Okay, against all odds, we've survived to level 4. Nice one-shot on goblins with the sling. We have removed curse. Let's check out this longsword. Hell yeah. That's a good find. We won't be training short blades anymore. We'll train long blades instead. Got a brand. It's not the best brand, but it's a pretty good brand. I'm gonna disperse myself over here, I guess. Interesting. Very happy to find a potion of resistance. This is an altar vault, I think. You are suddenly yanked towards some nearby monsters. Thank you, Ebering. Oh my god, there he is. What do we want to do here? Do we want to go up into what is probably not Knoll Town, but might be? I think we do. Alright. We have a potion, a mystery potion, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to take out my sword and I'm going to fight him. I think I was being a little too fearful with the hound. We're at the point where we can melee things like that, as long as nothing goes too wrong. Way more scared of the gnolls because of their swingy damage. You know, if I get into range of them, I guess. It's just with the hound, if things do go badly, you're not going anywhere, you know. That's the big deal. Kiku altar, relatively early. We're going to have to go down and back up, but that's a good find. I will probably take that. Kiku makes for tedious but good games. Very powerful god. Haha, you're trying to throw things at me, but I have a big fat shield. Not happening today. Trying to lure just like one of these dudes. Flail of Holy Wrath. Thankfully, I am not undead. 5 plus flail. What's a flail do? Is that 6 damage? I think it's more. It's 10. Wow. 10 plus 5 is 15. And we still have a very slow attack, so he could technically get 2 hits on me, which wouldn't be the greatest thing in the world. The cloak. Okay. Sif Muna. Wow, and we can get a book immediately, come to think of it. I think we're going to have to go for it. Oh, man. There was Trog. There was Trog right here. Not that I really want to go Trog with a Deep Elf, but Trog's great, you know, really powerful. Where's my book, Sif Muna? Alright, we gotta train spellcasting, I guess. I thought as a monk you got a book immediately. That's gotta be an oversight. Abandoned for Trog. I would if there wasn't such a nasty punishment for it. Alright, Gnolls. We're gonna play the RNG here. Can you one-shot me? 9 plus spear. How about you? 9 plus halberd. I know halberds do a ton of damage. 13 plus... No, yeah, that's too much. Let's go up. We cleared out one of the many gnolls. Alright. Try a different staircase. I'm gonna clear this level. You just wait. The game didn't want to let me, but that's too bad. I'm very persistent. let's identify some things, come to think of it. Potion, haste, that's an excellent find. Another one, agility, okay. 0 training sling coming through for me. Okay, let's get out of here. This I probably shouldn't be doing, but all right, we're gonna drink resistance. I hate to waste my potions like that, but it's just too risky otherwise. We will not engage this one. Oh, he got a hit on me. Let's walk away. Yeah, come to think of it, if I had this to do over again, I would absolutely, I would go slings. Training. Slings are the ultimate way to cheese the early game on race class combinations, which otherwise are just miserable to... Oh my god. Please don't kill me. That was stupid. That he was just sitting there. Had plenty of time to walk away from that staircase, but just chose not to. I guess. Oh, and Rue was here. On D2 even. Wow. That is... Yeah, I've made a few mistakes. The biggest one is probably worshipping Sif Muna, because she just doesn't give you anything, even as a monk apparently, for a long time. We have no books, so we're stuck training spellcasting in order to gain piety, because the way she gains piety is still kind of stupid, unless they've changed something without me knowing it. Okay, let's pull this dude up. Nice. Getting some sweet ripostes at least. I'll try and dodging up a little bit more, since it's relevant. I don't really want to be on D4. I'd like to finish exploring D2, but there's just too much stuff that can kill me. Speaking of stuff that can kill me, are iguanas speed 10? I forget. However, they can do 15 damage. You still get piety for kills, just way more if you kill with spells. No, it's based on if you're training spells. It doesn't have to do with what you're using, it's what you're training. It's based on, unless they've changed it, it's based on the experience that you're putting into spellcasting or a spell school. Let's identify some of these potions. We found some good ones, and we have fear. So this is... With this stuff identified, we're in about a 20 times better situation than we were a minute ago. In fact, I can now swing on stuff like this and not be so afraid, although I can't heal. I need to remember that. If he were to get a really good poison on me, we would be in trouble. More strength. I am going to need it if I want to have ringmail on while I'm casting. And it's just more important right now. Yeah, it's like, oh boy, I started with divine energy, like, very nice. Except I have no spells to use it on. God, I hope she gives me something nice. Let's swing, and if we start to lose, we'll berserk. Okay, sweet. Oh god. This is... This is not ideal. We're gonna miss a lot. If I take any more damage, I'm using a resource. Oh god. Okay, Zerk. I should have done that to start with, come to think of it. There we go. All right. That was pretty bad. Yeah, knowing how tough wizards can be at this point, I should have probably opened with the Berserk. The biggest thing is, the biggest disappointment and the biggest surprise is that we have all these potions, but we don't have any curing or healing, which are supposed to be weighted more heavily than everything else, I think. We've just been kind of bad lucked a little bit by the RNG in terms of what we found. Not that these are bad resources, mind you, just, you know, it's not the best thing. Although, I mean, haste and might and agility are obviously pretty great. Alright, I feel way more confident now about fighting this adder, so let's just do that outright. He's dead. Let's wear the scale mail. It's not like I'm casting spells. You know. Can take off that exclusion. Actually, wait a minute. 8 AC, 8 EV, 7 AC, 10 EV. Yeah, no scale mail. EV is more important right now. I mean, both are important, to be honest, but... Alright, we've triumphed over the D2 from hell here. It's a big good there, you know, it's very good that we've cleared that out. No loot to really speak of from D1 to D4 left, you know. We found this ring mail, we found the cloak, we found the gloves and the shield and the longsword. All are nice, but would be nice to have something a little bit better. Fill out the equipment slots at least, get some more AC. Do I want to try to fight this? And again, we don't have... The biggest issue here is that we do not have a way to save ourselves if we get poisoned. You know, I can't panic button heal at all. I have to do things in advance, and that's annoying because that kind of forces me to use the resource. Whereas with if it was heal wounds, I could choose not to use the resource until I need it. But with everything else, it's, you know, it's use it before the fight usually. And the ideal situation is being able to hold your resources until you absolutely need them, you know. Let's use might. I've got to kill this thing. Hate to use might on something like that, but... Oh god, might ran out right as I walked into the view of the spider, or the ant rather. Alright, we're gonna leave the ant alone. Be nice if we had a blowgun or a bow or something. Well, my prayers have been answered on the bow, but it's come in the form of a centaur. Oh, right, this is... I could have seen that this is the same staircase. I'm gonna wait a turn. I'm gonna go up. Let's go somewhere else. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. Alright. Alright, D5 moccasin lair monster. Welcome to the party. Oh, that was immolate. That's even better. I've made the situation so much better. We're gonna have to fear him. I was gonna haste and go to work, but since my 4 stack of scrolls, which I assumed was teleport, turned out to be immolate, that forced me to use more resources. And there he is again, but that's fine. We can go back to the centaur room. The centaur's gone for now. Why are you not playing Che again? Gee. I mean, I guess that would actually be good right now, wouldn't it? Because I could have could have, what do you call it, slouched. Probably to instant kill that. Training target for dodging reached. Hooray, but... Dude, I think I might hate Sif Muna for the purposes of getting spells. Like, if anything needs fixed about the gods in this game, I would say that's near the top of the list, is that she just doesn't... She doesn't give you a starter gift. So you can't rely on her really to become a caster. I mean, if I had played more recently, I would have remembered that. I mean, the problem also is that Sif Muna is not really on the top of my list of gods to play. Hey, there's that Che altar. Well, we found enchant armor, and on a character like this, we really need every chance, or every AC we can get, so let's go ahead and use it on gloves, I guess. It's the least likely slot to have something I really feel like using. Alright, that's a really good find. The Ecumenical Temple. Ecumenical, actually. That's how you say that. No need to go in, since I am worshipping Sif Muna already. Resistant to poison. Alright, we cannot go toe-to-toe with this dude. And we're out of escape resources unless one of these scrolls is teleport, so we have to use haste. We'll use the longsword, and we'll use agility. I don't have to go toe-to-toe with this dude, I could run away, but at this point I've used enough resources, we should give it a shot at least. Oh my god. Okay, good. So I'm putting all of my experience into spellcasting, and I started as a monk, but she still hasn't given me a gift. Wait, what am I doing? I can't use the bow with the shield. Okay, now that we have this venom dagger, it's actually very good because we can easily kill stuff like this that's susceptible to poison. A large, ugly, and fat creature, distantly related to orcs and goblins. I feel like I dated somebody like this once. 17 damage, plus the GSC, which I think, if my memory serves me right, is 22 damage. Yes, 22. 22 plus 17 is 39. Right? Yes. Which means he cannot one-shot me outside of random energy, which I know I shouldn't rely on. No, that's Rhythm Kitty. That is the opposite of what's true. I generally date very skinny girls. It's kind of my thing. New lore. I like that. All right, let's try to swing. All right, this is good. No damage yet. We'll walk away, let the poison do its work. If we're lucky, it'll kill him, but we're not lucky. Okay, now he'll die. Yeah. Sweet. Very sweet. Alright, Hunting Sling. Ice Beast, that's not my favorite thing to fight at this point in the game with no RC. But they can only do 20 damage, so... and their speed 10. So we'll pull them up is what we'll do, and then we'll just swing. Oh god. Alright, we'll walk away until we're at full hit points. We have that luxury. And like all things in Dungeon Crawl, we're just kind of resetting the fight until RNG goes into our favor. Although I attack so slowly with this sword that he technically could get 2 hits on me. but he would have to roll maximum and I would have to not have any GDR for him to kill me. He could do 5 physical damage and 20 cold damage per attack. So that technically it adds up to 40, but some amount of that 5 will get reduced. For sure, because it's a melee attack. Nice. The longer Sifmuna doesn't give me a book, the more annoyed I get, actually, is what's happening here. Hey look, it's Vehumet. He would have given me a gift sooner. Steam Dragon. Alright, with no potions... With no potions, fighting a Steam Dragon is pretty scary, so we're not going to do that. As much as I would kind of like to have his skin to wear. Okay, we're in one-shot territory, so we're just going to walk away. This guy only has a giant club, not a GSC, and he can do, therefore, 27 damage. Or 37 rather than 39. Still enough to one-shot me, so we're going to be kiting for a good long while. Having regen would be nice. Honestly though, I'm glad that we're running into ogres and not two-headed ogres. Oh, sweet, we got him. Alright, no whammies, please don't be distortion. Alright, that's cursed is fine, we have removed curse. Rolling the dice for an electric dagger, you know. Gotta get those Steam Dragon scales to help cast my 0 spells. Yeah, man. Here's another stupid thing about this character is I'm kind of training spellcasting and nothing else, so I'm neglecting all my other skills to get piety faster. So if I keep doing this, I'm just going to lose by default, you know. I think I'm going to have to start training other stuff now, actually. I just have to. Can do short blades a little more, I guess. Oh no. Senpai has noticed me. But we have wands now. Now that is a find. Can we kill him fast enough? Yes, we can. Cool. Got that paralysis. Alright, I suddenly feel a hajillion times better about this character because we have, at some point, we've picked up Wand of Flame and Wand of Paralysis. Both are really good finds at this point. And we got the Steam Dragon scales. 8 AC 10 EV versus 8 AC 13 EV. Got some pimpin' clothes now. And a heal wounds, that's good. And amnesia. Totally pointless on Sifmuna. Okay. Oh my god. This is the convert to Fedhas so you can pray the zombies away vault. That's relatively free experience though. I don't really want to duke it out with necrophages though because they could rot me and I don't have the potions necessary to deal with that. So we're just not going to do that. What we are going to do is pick up some sling bullets. Nice, got a stab. I'm not training stealth, but if I can occasionally get stabs, I'll take them, you know. Oh. We only have 6 rations. 34% chance to paralyze. Oh, God. I'm just gonna not fight him right now. See if we can't get a stack of meat. this is ugly. Bullfrog's still pretty tough. Nice. Corpse to eat. Invisibility, that's a good find. I bet you we have just found, well, no, never mind. I was going to say we found Robin, but these are kobolds, not goblins. So it's just some kind of generic big kobold vault. Or just a pack. +4 dagger. We'll pick that up in case we need to read ID something and it turns out to be brand weapon. Nothing to identify. Finding your first orc warrior tends to be one of the turning points of a game. Just because they do so much damage and you don't think that they do. It's easy to forget that they do 20 damage plus their weapon. So you can often get yourself killed. We're going to paralyze him. That's a good use of a charge. I see there's plate armor, but we're not going to wear it. Let's pull this guy up. I said I was going to pull him up, but excuse me, like, he just kind of blinked away. Come up with me, please. Thank you. Got the poison. Very good. Venom versus Orc Wizards early on is especially nice because then if they turn themselves invisible, you're still doing damage to them and you might be able to finish them off that way. Take a look at what's dropped again just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Looks like I haven't. I don't really want to fight this stuff, you know, not one by one, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, it's fine. Here's the real fear. I mean, this is just... it's just annoying, I guess. Or could be. However, we have enough chunks. We can go ahead and just swing on them. Yeah, no big loss. You'd be surprised, though, that you can lose games to that, you know. Totally irrelevant enemy. Chainmail of magic resistance, hello. At least we have an MR source if need be. I'll carry it around with me. Kind of blowing through Paralyze pretty quickly, but I think it's worth it. The things that I'm using it on. I'd otherwise have to kite around quite a bit. I found random effects. It's not the best wand, but if you're going to use it, this would be the part of the game to use it in. You just have to be very careful in the way that you use it. Essentially just always be on a staircase, which leads to safety. You might be mistaken for thinking this character is like a melee powerhouse. Second chance to abandon Sif Muna. You know, she is kind of like an abusive girlfriend right now. She wants me to give her everything, you know. She wants me to worship her with literally, you know, and devote all my time to training up the stuff that she wants me to train instead of my actual interests, which are venomous daggers, you know. But she's not giving me anything back, you know. It's like I'm paying the rent and she won't cook or clean. This doesn't seem fair. Seriously, where's my books? Where are my spell books? Let's go down. Whoops. Always annoying to fight these guys because they regenerate, but it's fine. Now I am grateful that this is the first priest we've seen, despite the fact that it's D8. It's given me some time. Ha! Time to get ready is what I was going to say, but then I proceeded to just haste him with my wand of random effects. But that's why we do it on the staircase. Wow, have we... This is strange, because I know this... We're only on D8, so this cannot be an orc entrance, and yet there's a warg. That's no good. 2 wargs, in fact. It's easy to think that they're just big dogs and easy to take out, but in melee they're actually pretty brutal. Oh my god, I've woken up both of them. They're also unfortunately resistant to poison, so we're going to have to use some paralysis. Only 43% chance. That's really bad. Let's get some stabs with the +4. We're going to have to blow a few charges. Oh, nice. Worked first time on the second one. Probably shouldn't have engaged these at all. But now that we have, you know, it was the siren call of this wand that made me want to go for it, and unfortunately it was just digging, which is... It's nice, but... Oh, we've blown all of our paralysis. And it didn't work. I'm going to teleport. Artifact Spear. I could have handled that a little differently. Now I feel bad for using all my paralysis. 43% chance. Okay, let's identify the spear. Wow, the Spear of Che. It's good, but not really worth using, I don't think. Maybe. Amulet of Harm, I'm glad I identified that. Scroll of Blinking, that's a lifesaver. Yeah, I bet you I'm going to find a book on the ground before I get my well-deserved gift from Sif Muna. Alright, gotta treat these priests a little more respectfully. Getting a little too reckless. Anti-magic dagger. I guess I'll take it, but I'm probably not going to use it. My tea has gotten cold. It's never a good thing. Okay, we found a book. We found a book before Sif Muna gifted me anything. And we've run into this warg again, unfortunately. Let's throw up the longsword, and we're going to have to use a resource to deal with it. We might as well use Berserk Rage. Alright. What's going on here? Well, none of this is I mean, I don't want to say it's bad. Animate Skeleton is really good, and Spammels will let me reset fights, so both are excellent. And I suppose my aptitude for necromancy is the best out of anything other than hexes. And confusing touch is really good. However, I don't... Well... Alright, we'll get confusing touch as well. Might as well. Train necromancy up to like 3. Train hexes up to like 5. My aptitudes are so good, it's kind of like, why not? This should see me through lair. It's going to be a little tedious though. Alright, I do not want to fool with, I do not want to fool with this, with a ghost at this point. I think we're going to go ahead and duck into lair. Ah, crap. Nice. Well, this seems silly, but because we have confusing touch, it seems like it would be in my best interest to train up some stealth, I guess. It's looking like we're kind of been forced into this very awkward situation. It's not bad. I'm not really complaining insofar as, I mean, it's very powerful. It's just not, it's not particularly what I wanted to be doing. 56% chance to confuse, alright. What I really wanted was to just be like a fireball guy, you know. That's what I anticipated doing on this character. Alright, let's bring these dudes into a hallway. Get the stabs. Confuse. Confuse. Quite a lot of spine damage there. But I am happy that I made this work. A little disappointing that it took me 2 tries before I could get one off the ground, but on the other hand, I mean, outside of some minor mistakes, I think I pretty much played as well as I possibly could have on those. On the first one, anyway. On the second attempt, I kind of screwed up in the way that I kind of purposefully chose to do the thing that was less optimal, but much less tedious. And the game punished me for it. Oh man, our skills are going nuts now. Gotta carefully watch my hit points here because these guys can do 18 damage. Oh crap, I didn't actually get the touch. Uh-oh. Drinking whiskey, playing risky here. Regen would be pretty sweet right now. And we'd already be able to cast it quite nicely. What do you suppose the odds are that that I don't get a book until Lair is completely done? Like a book from Sif Muna. By the way, if you're watching this video on YouTube later and you want to catch my Twitch streams, that's at twitch.tv/MalcolmRoseGaming. And I don't really adhere to a schedule just yet, but I probably will start soon. I was thinking like mornings, maybe like 10 to noon or something, just like a couple hours. Well, I am walking away from this dude. Okay, good. It's doing quite a lot of damage to me. It's making me a bit concerned. Come on, where's my confuse? I feel like you're lying to me about this 50% chance. I may have to end up using a heal wounds on this dude, wow. I'm just gonna swing on him. What does he do? 12? Oh my god, it's a lot. I forgot about that. Sadly, we're gonna have to use a heal wounds. We attacked him like 10 times, and the 50% failed every time. Although I could have been missing on some of those, I guess. I didn't really look at the log. It's very, very bad that I use that heal wound since I don't have any more. The name of the game is conserving your resources. This is also bad. Dude, 66%. There we go, confused. However, there's enough crap here that I'm not in the best of places if I'm forced to fight all this stuff at the same time. I can give it a shot. Put like a mammal behind me. Okay, I need the confuse. Let's see if we can walk away. Oh no. I have to teleport. Somebody died of poison. That's nice. I wonder if hexes... I assume the spell power on Confusing Touch actually affects the percentage, but I know it, at least I'm pretty sure at one point it was just totally based on the hit die of the monster. So it might be a waste for me to train up hexes more. But then again, nothing else I have was really affected by spell power, so I'm really only training these spell schools to get more Swift Moon of Piety. Anyway, enchant weapon. We're gonna actually use that. I'm inclined to use it on the +4 dagger, actually. Please tell me what you would do. Can you describe the situation to me? Because my system is so incredibly rickety that I don't know if clicking a link will break my OBS. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so annoying. There's just too many wolves. And there was no corpses really for me to make a skeleton. All three downstairs lead to a closed room full of Robin and his gang, and you're a demo with a cursed -2 hunting sling. Do you have teleport or unidentified scrolls that might be teleport? Oh man, this situation. I wish I had nets. That would make this a lot better. I can't even invis because they see invisible. We could fear. That's like the only way out of this situation, but I really don't want to use that up. I want to just walk away and hope that he kind of tries to head to the right. But I have the feeling that's not going to happen for me. Of course not. Dang it. We have to fear. Sucks. Wow, fear ended on that so unbelievably quickly. Oh, I know why Confuse is screwing me. Because they ruined it. They, I forgot about this. Is one of the changes that I was complaining about relatively recently, and one of the reasons why I've been just totally uninterested in playing Crawl is they've made this sort of series of really ridiculous changes. They nerfed Confuse so that things walk towards you way more often now. So the primary use of Confuse is now gone. You cannot use it to reset fights as easily, or to do the kind of stuff that I was just trying to do. Really, really explains what was just happening there with the wolves coming to me, you know, all the time. And it really annoyed me as a change because Confuse and hexing in general was never the optimal strategy for any character except somebody who started as an enchanter, really. It's just not, I mean, being a stabber in general or just using hexes. Hexes is a crappy spell school. So if you want to nerf something, you would think that you would start with the spell schools that are actually broken, like necromancy or summoning or things like that. Confuse would have been on the bottom of my list of things to be worried about if you're trying to balance this game. And it just, I don't know. Sometimes I think that the dev team for this game has like a dartboard and is just throwing darts at it to decide what they want to do. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not taking the tournament seriously this time, because I have this very sour taste and like a bitter taste in my mouth over some of the stuff that's been changed recently. You know, it's just very, I might make a video just kind of complaining for 20 minutes about it, but I don't know, it's disappointing to see really, really, really dumb things get done to the game, you know, for something that you've, like me, I've spent a decent amount of time on it, and it's just a shame to see it, you know, foolish things being done to it, you know. Roseman Pad makes crawling fun. Yeah, Ebbering at one point said to me, and it was the silliest, it was the dumbest phrase I've ever heard. I was having this conversation with him, and he was complaining to me about Meme, of all things, the info bot that I made because GammaFunk had... Yeah, I only made the bot because GammaFunk banned, like, half the best players in the game from his Beam bot, right? It was a necessity. It was just, I made it because I thought it was stupid that a dev was banning people from an info bot, for the most part, just because the people were, like, disagreeing with them. It was the weirdest, most narcissistic thing. So I'm talking to Ebbering about it. They were all up in arms. The whole dev team was mad at me because I made Meme as an alternative, and ostensibly it was because I had like a link to my YouTube or maybe my website or something on there, and they were like, oh, it's just a spam bot, and I'm like, no, that's a convenience. that was a convenience for me to put that there. You know, I never would have made the thing in the first place if not for your bad behavior. So Ebbering sends me, he's the newest dev, he sends me this giant diatribe, this like paragraph, this wall of text, and at the end of it, it just says, "You make crawling fun." Okay, you know, I guess. And in my Discord, that's become kind of a running gag because of just how, like, silly it sounded. The thing that really got me about that whole diatribe was that in the middle of it, he's like insulting me and saying all these really nasty things about me. And then in the middle of it, he's like, and by the way, if you want to make any more bots, I want you to contact me and ask me if it's okay first. And I'm never going to reply to you again unless you're asking about that. I thought to myself, I was like, what kind of cojones do you have to like, send a paragraph of insults to somebody and then be like, by the way, ask my permission if you want to do anything else. Because, you know, like, you should do the right thing and ask me for permission for this. It's like, why would I care about your opinion if you just got done insulting me for 20 minutes? So, I kind of trolled him a little bit later. I did a bad thing. I messaged him like a couple weeks later. I was like, hey, I'm making another bot, and I want your opinion. I want your opinion on whether or not I should run this bot or not. And he like sent me this big paragraph of like, I hadn't even told him what the bot was, by the way. Spoiler alert, there was no bot. And what he did was he sent me this reply. It was this big long thing like, okay, well, don't do this, get permission from the server owners, blah blah blah. And by the way, just for the sake of just for the record, none of the server owners care that meme is running. I mean, I guess really it's just John Steen. I've talked to him and he doesn't seem to care one way or the other as long as it's not impacting performance, which is fair. But yeah, anyway, he sends me this thing. It's this big list of things that I should do. And then I just said something like, no, there's no new bot. I just wanted to see if you had such an ego that you really thought I would come to you after what you sent to me. He didn't have anything to say to that. Anyway, I'm just telling that story to kind of relate. The dev team for this game is a really weird bunch. I use the word narcissistic, which it might be going too far in the case of some of them, but it is strange. Yeah, I make crawling fun. That's right, Aaron. I mean, like, but really, how? Just think about that phrase. Like, what am I doing? It's you streak too much. You get too many wins. I mean, I don't know what that's even. I don't know. But like for making an info bot that people go into an uproar about because, you know, it's like personal grievances or whatever. And it's really what it is that I had the stones and the audacity to sort of challenge the status quo. Because like for me, if I think something's wrong, I'm the kind of person I'm going to say something. You know, I'm not going to just stand there and pretend that I think something is cool when it's not. And so when I see something like the head dev of a game banning people from an info bot, and consider how messed up that is, that happened at all. Even if people were behaving badly, which as far as I know, none of them were. They were just kind of disagreeing with him in a way he didn't like. But like, consider how stupid that is. If you need the bot to be able to do well in the game, which you do because there's information that you cannot get anywhere else unless you want to code dive. It would be the same thing as like, okay, you see this, okay, here's a spiny frog. It would be literally no different, except, you know, semantics, from you saying, when I XV this spiny frog, oh, well, because I'm Malcolm Rose Turney, you don't get to see this information. Could you imagine that? But that to me is no different than banning somebody from an info bot. So I thought that was just wrong, and I made my point, and that's kind of where the whole issue started with the dev team not being my biggest fan. All because I stood up to somebody who's a bully, basically. And what bullies do is they try to turn things around, and they take their own bad behavior. And I'm familiar with bullies. I grew up, I was nerdy. I was a very skinny guy before I started lifting, so I know what it's like to deal with bullies, and I know the personality, so I mean, I know it immediately when I see it. So when you have a guy like Gamafunk who is a bully, and he's doing something that's wrong, the first thing that they'll do, the first thing that a bully does when they're caught in their bad behavior is they say, well, no, you were doing this exact thing that I was guilty of. They turn it around. And it's like one of those Alinsky tactics, it's like just accuse your opponent of that which you're guilty, and then you're more likely to get away with it. You repeat the lie enough times, I guess. I don't know. I'm going on a rant now. Sif Muna will now gift you books as you gain piety. So we're a monk. We started with two pips of piety. All right. So this is what I didn't remember. Apparently you need 5 pips to even start getting books. So the whole idea to jump to Sif Muna to become a caster, it's not so good if you don't have a very long, a long-term strategy for surviving between that and your first book. I'm actually very lucky that I even found Confusing Touch. I think I would have been fine anyway. It just would have been a lot more painful to deal with this lair. These first couple lair floors. But hopefully Sif Muna helps me out here. Since she can gift me books, she probably will soon. They have the moral high ground. Oh, confusing weapon. It's more like confusing bad spell now that confuse is nerfed. I mean, it's not bad, it's just not as good. Yeah, they recently, that was a good change, by the way, the fact that not the fact that things move towards you more, but the fact that confusing touch now works on weapons. I thought that was neat. But yeah, it's the moral high ground. Is that, I guess, is that like Star Wars, where you can't beat the high ground? It's, Anakin, don't try it! I have the high ground! I don't know. Wave of Frost. Wow, that was a pointless magic mapping. This is right here. I don't even want to go into this place, really, with no RC and 59 hit points and the defenses that I've got. It's very bad idea, probably. I do want to use this scroll. It's fog, okay. I was hoping for acquirement or even brand. Okay, the archway is unguarded. No, Tone, I don't like Sif Muna either. It's just, it happened to be the very first altar that I had access to, and I'm playing a Deep Elf Monk, so it seemed viable, because I haven't really played this game in a very long time, so I forgot the fact that Sif Muna just doesn't want to give you books for half the game. Also, getting piety with her in general is just a crapshoot. It's not a fun time. I guess I'll dip into here, but there's like a 99% chance I'm gonna walk right out. Oh my god. I mean, this is the one I wanted. You know, like this is the one that it's not simulacrums, so this is the one I would be most capable of doing. But as we've seen, wolves just kind of tear me apart. And I can take them one at a time if I'm lucky, but I'm not fighting 2 wolves and 2 polar bears. I would have to use something. We could blow through the acid ones, and we could use digging. Oh boy. Jeez. This is one of the most important skills, I think, in Dungeon Crawl, is deciding to, when you're going to decide that discretion is the better part of valor, and to bail on situations like these. I will say this, I think that if I wanted to, I think I have the resources to probably do this whole ice cave, because I could use Immolate on the boss. I could, right here, I could just dig and use Acid Wand and clear this stuff out. Oh, geez. Like, I mean, I could do it. I would spend a ton of resources doing it. And here's the big issue. The only reason I would really want to do that is if this happens to be the ice manual, the version where you get 2 ice manuals for finishing out the ice cave. But I think they may have taken that out of the game. Anybody in the chat happen to know whether or not they've taken that out of the game? Because I don't know off the top of my head. I know I haven't seen it in a very long time, but that's anecdotal. I mean, it could just be unlucky. I feel like that's just too much fun, and fun things have to be removed. Jeez. Yeah, I would have to trade so many resources, and there's no guarantee it's even that vault. So we're leaving. This is not worth the resources, especially since I'm not even sure if I would be able to do it. So, oh hell yeah, the Ring of Phasing, otherwise known as the Ring of Shaolin. Okay, so Erin, I know it seems like when you play for streaking that you're taking away all the fun. See, Erin here, she doesn't like the fact that I've advised her to stop drinking mutation potions like they're water. You know, because mutation is also in a sorry state right now, and it's just not a good idea. But here's the thing. It is possible to have fun while streaking. It just has to be like, you have to be careful. But you can do fun things. Like, for example, you can do fun combos. I'm doing this Deep Elf Monk, which is definitely not optimal, but you can still have fun doing it while playing optimally. You can purposefully. I actually want to learn how to streak like this. It's really fun, but I like quaffing mutations. No, I mean I get it. People used to like to eat the purple. I mean it was a common thing, but it's just not optimal. I'm sorry. And the thing is, like back in the day, it used to be a little better because you could just go to Zen and have your stuff removed, and you know it's like no harm done. But that doesn't exist anymore. Flaming glass skull. I feel like I had a shot like that once. Flaming Dr. Pepper, perhaps. I don't really drink anymore, so it's been a while. Let's see. We just finally got our first Sif Muna gift. By the way, I'm playing real risky here. I got red poison from that spiny frog. This is possibly the worst book I could have asked for. But it's my fault for training hexes, which led Sif Muna to believe that I wanted more hexes when I actually didn't. But let's rest up. Okay, Cause Fear, normally something I wouldn't want to take, but for this character I want it. Oh my god, this is so silly. I would also not usually take Slow, but this is becoming a very strange character, so I guess we're gonna take Slow. I suppose the best thing that could happen here is I could get offered Discord. That'd be good. I'm gonna forget this, I'm going up. Try to keep these things confused. Even 2 wolves is just like a disaster. I'm gonna use some wands. This character just cannot melee. I feel like this is going to end up being a pretty long video. I haven't checked the time really, but I think we're like 2 hours in or thereabouts, so I'll probably stop soon. Then again, I might just make it a marathon. I mean, we're definitely not going to finish this thing, and I'm in no fear of 8 people winning a Deep Elf Monk because it's such a miserable combo that I'm going to get my Nemelix choice points, you know, no matter what. Okay, come on. Give me my confuse. See, look at this. I just get wrecked. We'll let the poison do the work. I guess I should probably be slowing things. Alright, let's go into this hole. At least it's staying confused for longer. The actual confusion spell would be pretty nice. At least then I could do it from further away. Oh my god. Alright, we'll lure some of this stuff up. I guess I should probably train some more short blades, get it to Mendeley since we're relying on it so much. And that'll make me better at stabbing as well. Be really nice if we could more reliably stab these things. Oh my god. Alright, blink frogs are probably the worst thing we could really run into right now. Okay, good. Okay, good. Stab. Pull this dude up. Slow him. Confusing touch. He can only do 30 damage. Yeah, this is tedious, but it's not the end of the world. In terms of strategies, I've played worse characters. Definitely not the skill set, or rather the spell set that I want. Not one that I'd really ever go for if I wasn't pushed into it. But it works. When I finally get my spell guide video out, which I've been sort of thinking about and writing a script for and making some images for a while now, once that's out, I'll kind of talk quite a lot about which spells are worth getting and which aren't. That's a good stab. This is a pretty wonky character. I mean, I'm making it work, but geez. One thing goes wrong and you're in big trouble. Although if I train enough hexes, it's kind of like I have infinite fear scrolls, so that part is not half bad. I think this will make for a pretty entertaining video, at least. Okay, this is really bad. This is really bad, actually. I think I might have to haste. I hate the fact that these wolves were right behind this torpor snail. Really obnoxious. Okay, it's acid time. Totally worth that use of resources. If I'd stop being lazy, I could also give myself some animate skeleton. That's the real optimal thing to do here. Everything about this character is tedious, you know. One thing I usually talk about when it comes to characters like this is that, you know, dungeon crawl, basically if you boil down the game, like what is dungeon crawl, winning dungeon crawl, it's like a big Excel spreadsheet. It's a resource tracking simulator. I mean, that's what it is. And it sounds really tedious, like you're turning yourself into an accountant when you're playing this, but if you want to win, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But one resource that people don't take into account sometimes is your sanity as a player, which is why, for me at least, sometimes I'll do things that are suboptimal simply to make the character non-tedious to play. This character is perfectly viable, but it's going to punish me so hard if I screw up that it's just not what I would call a good time. Alright, we finally found a book that I really wanted, which is the Book of Fire. This would have been nice to have a little earlier on. We could just become a fire mage guy. And that would be pretty good. Although I am just so deep into this other plan, it's not an ideal pivot for the character at this point. The absolute ideal thing to find probably would have been nice summonings, you know, SLS. Take my usual route of going BVC, SLS, and just clearing the game like a cheater that way. But that's not really in the cards, unfortunately. At least not yet. We could get Fireball online pretty quickly. Fire apt of +1. Conjurations apt of +1. Pretty quick stuff, if I wanted to. I think we'll take hexes to 10. At this point, I've dumped so much experience into it, I would like to get Cause Fear to be castable. We'll only take evocations to 10, that's a bit of a waste. Another thing that's unfortunately messing with my casting is the shield, which, I mean, it's... I suppose we should train that up as well. I'm not really inclined to take it off for as long as we're forced to be in melee with things. Which we are. I mean, there's no way about it. We have no way to kill things without having those fire spells online, without being face-to-face with a monster. So taking off the shield at this point would be virtually suicidal. Can get one-shotted, we'll walk away. He dies to poison. Alright, here's our first Hydra of the game. We've actually been kind of lucky in terms of not seeing one yet. However, we do have a good answer. We have the Wand of Acid. By the way, I cannot overstate what a good find this ring was. I didn't really get excited about it, or seem to probably, but I'm very happy I found it. Although I would have preferred the +8 AC. Anyway, let's just Acid Wand this thing. Oh boy, that's... that's not good. We're gonna try. Yeah, okay. That wasn't optimal. I should not have let him get next to me. Should have gone to the staircase once he was one square away. But I am doing some slightly riskier things. Let's not do that again. I figured it would work out. I mean, high evocations, high damage from the acid wand. Not guaranteed, but pretty much guaranteed to kill him. But it wasn't the best move. Oh, hey, actually, I don't know how to say your name. WSLA Fleur. It's my artist friend who has been teaching himself to type faster. Random effects so it gets hasted. If this was anything but a Hydra, I would use random effects, but the fact that if it gets random energy on top of being hasted, it swings on me, I'll just die. I don't want to I don't want to mess with that. That would have been a good situation though to use random effects on, you know, most other enemies, that if that had been like a I don't know, like maybe a unique or something. I'm tired of tryharding Demo. I mean, it's one of the hardest combos. Like I said, I mean, if I were to make a top 10 list of the worst, most difficult combos in the game to streak on, you know, to get a guaranteed win on, Demo would be on that list and probably be close to the top. Okay, 105 is not bad. I mean, that's... I want to say that the average is like 80. So, I mean, that's significantly... You're significantly faster than most people. Alright, we've burned through all of the acid. Now we're in the unenviable position of having an 8-headed Hydra on the floor. And no real way to kill him. Dang. Alright, we're gonna have to become Fireman. We're gonna, memorize Fireball to start out with. We do have Cause Fear to 11%, that's not bad. Take Conjurations and Fire. Not my first choice, but this'll do. Oh god. We interrupted a centaur party. Let's see if we can get some steam. Yeah, nice. Okay, fine, I'll use my last charge. You've made me do it. Alright, well... How did that happen? That's a... What? The corpse was here... And the skeleton ended up here in the deep water. What is happening? What? Did I just pass out and not notice? I don't know. I don't know how that happened. That's weird. Yeah, Wes, this is a particularly dumb caster because it started as a deep elf monk, and so I was really very much at the mercy of what the game wanted to give me for books. And even now it's kind of wacky. The spells that I'm kind of using just because it's what's available to me. It's not what I would have wanted. So when you say it seems like you got to know the spells pretty well, yeah, I mean you pretty much nailed it. That's for sure. Because to make intelligent decisions about what you're gonna do, and just you gotta know essentially everything. So it's an encyclopedic knowledge of the game is really helpful if you want to play casters, especially casters that are a little less straightforward. Now, if you're playing a caster that's a book start, you know, and you're not relying on what the game's gonna give you, that's a little easier because there's a more linear progression in terms of, you know, if you're playing a, I don't know, let's say like a fire elementalist, you know exactly what you're going for, you know. Intelligent mutation quaffing. Nah. See, okay, Aaron, here, I'm going to demonstrate proper strategy by not drinking this potion of mutation off the bat. Oh gosh, this is a nasty spider vault. We're going to try to not make these spiders angry because our defenses are just so bad. Oh, no, we made the spiders angry. Not good. We could slow them at least. Oh, come on, just... Okay, good. We'll re-up this slow on the spiny frog. Good. Please confuse. Random effects. This thing can do so much damage to me. 26. Jeez, and none of my stabs want to really work. We'll cast Cause Fear. Need like 5 seconds to rest here. This is about the point in the game where most characters would be starting to really reach their stride, you know, and really have an easier time. But when you're playing a character like this, it might take a little bit longer. If I didn't have slow, man, this would be a lot harder. It's not really something I would expect to hear myself say, but it really is helping. I got the Mesa variability on a DSCK. Is this the run? Mesa variability is one of those things that I would never use it in a game where I was trying to streak because chaos can just kind of kill you in the early game especially. However, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and if you know what you're doing, it'll probably be okay. I mean, barring really bad RNG. And the other thing is that Mesa variability got changed recently to be a lot more fun. Not only does it have Chaos Brand, what it actually is, it's like a special Chaos Brand that shoots Chaos in a line. I don't know exactly how it aims. It might just go straight for a random enemy, not even necessarily the one next to you, but it can affect, you know, multiple things with Chaos, so I would use it just for fun, you know. Plus it'll make Zom happy. Super happy. Playing a lot of tough, durable starts while learning Ghoul Fighter and Minotaur Berserker. Yeah, those are right. Those are the right abbreviations. Swapped over to casters and developed so much respect for adders and spiny frogs. Yeah, adders and spiny frogs are just fast hydras, really. Probably shouldn't be fighting this thing, because he can do that. However, we have a shockingly good fight resetter. It's the spell that nobody seems to use, but it's actually really good. I mean, it's not really good because you don't want to devote skill points to hexes to get it, but Cause Fear, if for some reason you're roped into using it, is actually quite nice. It's very risky fighting these things. Dude, there's so many. I don't want to leave them on the floor because I might have to run back up here and then run into them, but to fight more than one of these at once is just a real bad idea. I'm trying to get one of them to notice me without the whole pack coming in. Here we go. It's not so risky if it's just the one. Not bad. I mean, especially since we have the poison. It's quite nice against those guys. Uh-oh. Two at once. More intelligence. Fireball slowly becoming castable. Much faster once I reach these skill targets and start focusing a little harder. Yeah, trying to take some things to 10. Wow, look at that mega poison just immediately happened. That's why you gotta treat redbacks like they're the devil, you know, when you're playing a low AC character, because that poison is just outrageous. Horns 3, Agile 2, Clarity, Magic Resistance, Sense Surround. Wow. Yeah, Zom sometimes is like a better version of Jivia when it comes to mutations. He'll just spam good ones on you. That's why going Zom is unironically, and this is how messed up mutations are in the current version of Crawl. It's actually a good idea to go Zom to get rid of your mutations in some situations. Like a somewhat good idea. Not the best. Alright, I think I'm probably going to stop here. We've cleared most of Lair. We've got a pretty decent start. This is shaping up to be like a 2-hour long video. So, I'll probably stop here and then I'll stream maybe tomorrow. Maybe, I don't think I'll be able to finish the game in another session because this is a super tedious, super slow deep elf, but, it's, you know, as tedious as the character is, I'm actually having some fun with it. I mean, you can have a lot of fun. It's kind of like a puzzle, playing one of these oddly suboptimal characters and figuring out just how the hell you're going to get yourself out of the pickle that is playing a deep elf monk. You know, playing a character where you're really at the mercy of the dungeon. And like the easy mode of that is playing a null because you know that it's going to work out for you, you know, due to the way their skills work. But the harder mode of that is playing something like a deep elf monk where you have, like, your skilling decisions will punish you if you do it wrong. So I think that's, like, for me, it is a fun challenge, even if I kind of complain about it a bit while I'm playing it. There's a certain amount of fun to be squeezed out of that, if you enjoy being challenged in that way, at least. But the plan for this character is definitely to go conjurations at this point. Although we're not deep enough into it that if Sif Muna were to give me another book with something else in it, I could always switch gears. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am signing out.